Well, there are also concerns about what the change in US presidents could mean for the planet. It's feared President Trump will once again pull the US out of the Paris Climate Change Agreement, and it couldn't come at a more crucial moment ahead of next week's COP29 climate summit. Experts say 2024 is virtually certain to be the hottest year ever recorded. Fred Dimbleby reports.
In Valencia, they are still searching for the missing. More than a week after the catastrophic rains hit this region, causing flash flooding, some families continue to wait for news of their loved ones. Extreme weather like that seen in Spain is becoming more common as our climate continues to change and warm. And 2024 is now almost certain to be the hottest year on record, according to the European Union's Climate Monitoring Service, with temperatures more than 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels for the first time ever.
It will be very hard to see this long sequence of record-breaking temperature that we have seen over the last few months and years without taking into account the constant increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. And we do know that these gases trap the energy in the atmosphere and so rise the temperature.
And this is the result: more severe weather. Florida hit by Hurricane Helene, the deadliest mainland storm in the United States since Katrina. In southern Africa, drought causing the worst hunger crisis in decades. And in the UK, heavy rains and flooding. World leaders are due to meet next week to discuss the issue at the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Azerbaijan. But with Donald Trump winning the White House and promising to cut environmental regulation and increase fossil fuel production,
and we will frack, and drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill.
There is concern about global measures to combat climate change.
We need more action, and that action has got to start immediately, or these severe weather events that we've seen over the last weeks and months are going to become a regular occurrence.
2024 is another record-breaking year for our planet as temperatures continue to rise with dire consequences. Fred Dimbleby, ITV News.
Well, Science correspondent Martin Stew joins me now. In light of this latest data that's come out, COP could not be more important, could it?
No, it's absolutely vital. I mean, this particular COP is all about finance, which might sound quite dry, but is hugely important because we need to work out how you get the money to fund the changes needed, particularly for developing countries, not only to stop them doing more polluting, but also to be able to live with the climate change which is already happening. And we are talking about not billions, but potentially trillions of dollars. So getting a consensus on that is really difficult. And there's a lot of concern that's going to be a lot more difficult with the re-election of Donald Trump. We look back to his campaign and he talked about man-made climate change being a hoax and being a scam. He said, his words, he wants to drill, baby, drill, particularly for more oil and gas in the Arctic region, which could obviously put huge amounts more emissions into the air. And the other thing he wants to do is to pull out of that Paris Climate Agreement, which is aiming to cap us at 1.5 degrees. Now, come the start of COP29 in Baku on Monday, he won't be the president. But the fact that that's looming in the background completely undermines the US negotiators who are part of Biden's team heading to try and negotiate these things. And so when you've got these huge sums of money, huge politics on the line, and other countries looking to America for leadership and thinking, well, if they're not going to do it, why are we? It makes consensus much more difficult.
Okay.